We're trying to discuss the eighth question from the waves worksheet. If you haven't done it, please go and check. So this is kind of a theory question from directly from the electromagnetic spectrum. Uh, just I want you to do it because it's not like very difficult one, but just topic wise it's different, like it's dealing with electromagnetic spectrum. So for the first question, state one property of electromagnetic waves that is not common to other waves. Now, as you know that there are mechanical waves and electromagnetic waves, and these can travel through vacuum or space, in the absence of which we wouldn't have survived, because sun, both the light and heat travel as electromagnetic waves to us. The 7 regions of the electromagnetic spectrum are represented. So this is wavelength decreasing means frequency increasing, you have to put in. So it starts with radio, micro, infra, visible, ultraviolet, X-ray, gamma. So you can see it has a kind of these waves are kind of close to our heart. Here is our radio, then the microwave one. Now these three in the middle is easy to remember. So we have the visible spectrum, the lowest wavelength, that is highest frequency, violet is here. So when you have the violet on this side, that means the very next one would be ultraviolet, and the highest wavelength, red, is here. So when you have the red here, the very next one would be infrared, smaller than red, greater than violet. So these three are easy to remember. On this side we have the radio, then the microwave oven, and then we have the X-ray, which is like the medical thing, and then we have the gamma, which is also a medical thing like cancer. So this is like when your arms is broken, X-ray, and this is like when you have got, sorry, when I have got, sorry, but I don't want to say anything. Okay, when someone has got cancer and they are treating through gamma radiation. So all these are very much into our life. So yeah, and so it's like someone wakes up in the morning and puts on the radio, then heats up something, eat it, then his life is, that day was colorful. And someone wakes up in the morning and puts on the radio, and then he heats up a cup of tea in microwave oven. Well, I actually had someone who heats up tea in the microwave oven, and then he starts cooking the infrared heat. Then he watches TV for a while, then he goes out wearing the sunglasses which protects you from ultraviolet rays from the sun, goes to the hospital, gets his bone X-ray, and accidentally he finds out that he's got cancer. Well, that's not a very... Okay, just find some way to remember it. A typical wavelength of the visible region is 500 nanometers. Name the principal radiations and give a typical wavelength for each of the regions. So you just have to memorize that wavelength table and give the range. So you have to know the numbers. Calculate the frequency corresponding to a wavelength of 500 nanometers. So the wavelength is given, frequency is given. It's pretty easy. You just use V is equal to F lambda. The only thing is you should remember to change the nano into 10 to the power minus 9. Okay, and then yeah, this C part polarization is not in the syllabus. So yes, that's the end of question 8.